All right, let's talk log lines. Boom. Okay, so a log line is a very short synopsis of your movie. It could be usually 30 words or less. That's what I was always taught in college is you make it 30 words or less. Sometimes you can make it like 31, 32, 35 at most, but try to keep it 30. Or if you can do it all in one sentence, and especially if it's a comedy, you can make people laugh, do it all in one sentence. I've sold scripts where like the log line was just one sentence, but it was a joke and it made people laugh, and then they go, "Oh, this is funny." If they're laughing from the log line and it's a comedy, they take that as a good sign that the rest of the script is funny. So they will then want to read the script and then, buy it. So yeah, let's talk log lines. These are several of my log lines. So as you can see, most of them I try to keep one sentence. Sometimes I do two sentences. So as you can see, sometimes you can use a comp. So in 2007, when I wrote this script, Superbad was very big. So I used this as a comp. Superbad was senior citizens after an old man loses his wife. His friends in his retirement home try to get him laid. And that script was really funny at the time. It's still funny. But it was nominated for WGA Fellowship. And as you can see, most of my log lines are about one sentence. I try to keep them one sentence if I can. If I have to make them two sentences, then I will, as you can see with this one. But usually they're one sentence. It's important to note too, you don't want to give away the whole story in a logline. You want to tease the buyer to make them read the screenplay. The first screenplay I sold, the logline was a feel-good comedy about a boy trying to kill himself. And that logline doesn't give away any of the story, but it made producers laugh, and they requested the script, and then I got several meetings, and then after a director read the script, the screenplay sold. You want to get a really good logline, and sometimes this takes a lot of brainstorming. Sometimes what I'll do, I'll take a notebook and I'll write down 40 different log lines, like 40 different log lines for my movie in this one notebook. And then as I'm writing 40 log lines, there's usually one or two that stick out. If I do get stuck, I will still I'll circle my favorites of the log lines. And then a lot of times I ask my friends for help. I'll be like, which of these do you like the most? So if you can see in this email, I wrote a script like 7 years ago, 6, 7 years ago called Robbery Sisters. And I emailed all my friends, all my writer friends. I emailed like 30 of my friends and I said, please help me choose a log line. All you have to do is respond with the number of the log line you like best. So they read all these log lines and then they would just respond back and they'd be like, hey, dude, I think number one is the best, blah, blah, blah. 3 and 5, see you Sunday. Number 8, so you just email your friends and then ask them. And then from doing this, you'll see like as they reply back, and make sure they just reply to you. Don't make people reply all because then it's going to be a huge hassle. But just tell them, hey, just reply to me. Which number do you like best? And that way you can see, if everyone's emailing number 3 over and over, then okay, number 3 is the best. Usually from emailing a bunch of people with different log lines, usually one stands out as the most, and that's the one I'll use. So that's what I did with this screenplay. I've done this for several screenplays, and it's super helpful. And it also like gets your screenplay out in the universe because you're sending your friends this log line. So that sometimes they ask about it, how to go, and it pushes you to also get it out there more. Sell it and try to get it to producers. So I recommend definitely if you're stuck on log lines, feel free to write like, I don't know, 5 to 10 of them, and then email a bunch of your friends and ask your friends which ones you like the most. You can also do this in the community tab inside the Screenwriting Success Club and have other writers in the club vote for their favorite. This video is a segment from a live group meeting we had inside the Screenwriting Success Club. If you want to learn how to write, finish, and get your scripts produced, join the club. There's a link in the video description. This next part covers what happens to your logline after your movie is produced, and I'll use abridged versions of movie trailers for movies I've written. When you write a movie and you could have a log line to send to producers so they can buy it. Then when the movie gets made, a lot of times the platforms they're on will change them. So for example, this is the log line for a movie I wrote with 2 of my friends, 2 rival siblings and their partners battle in a war of weddings where the first to say I do inherits the family house.
We are gathered here today.
Joey, let's just get to the important parts.
Are you sure you don't want me to take as long as possible so you know you're making the right decision?
Dude, I'm standing right here.
Well, I'll let your father explain.
My boys, if you're seeing this, one of you is getting married. Congratulations, Chaz or Milton.
Sorry, Milton.
Your mother and I have agreed that the first of you to get married, we are gifting you your childhood home.
Congratulations, Chaz.
No. I got the best mom and dead dad. I have nowhere to live.
Sucks.
Oh my God, Kate, this is gonna be your new house.
What is this?
If you don't like it, you should have come to the fitting.
I couldn't come to one fitting, and this is what you picked out for me?
I want to marry you, Scarlett.
I want to marry you, Mildred.
And we both want the house.
Desperately. Just what do you think you're trying to pull on my wedding day?
Are you mad?
Everyone, I'd like to re-invite you to the front yard. Everyone, I'd like to re-invite you back to the backyard.
I love a good old-fashioned marriage, y'all.
Take Chaff,
Chaz.
who we all know does not deserve to be where he's standing today.
So that was a log line of a movie that my friends and I wrote. And then other platforms like Amazon, for example, changed it. And I do not like the way Amazon changed it. But sometimes Tubi also changes it too, and I actually like the way Tubi does it way more than Amazon. But this was like Amazon's version of the log line. When a deceased father wills the family house to the first unmarried, rival siblings, weddings ignite chaos. Sabotage, syrup wars, and petty revenge fuel a wild race to the altar. That log line to me is just way too chunky for Love at First Bite. And there's not even like, they say syrup wars. There's like one maple syrup balloon in the whole movie.
Chaz, that's not me!
They don't need to say syrup wars. I don't know why. It's more wedding wars, but I don't know. They like syrup wars apparently. So I'll show you another example. I made another movie in 2020 during the pandemic. My friends and I made it all over Zoom. It's called Christmas Staycation. It's a Christmas movie, but it's all over Zoom because no one could leave their house.
You did tell them that we can't come home for Christmas this year, right?
Not exactly.
It's Christmas Eve.
Why didn't you two tell me you're not going back home for Christmas?
There's got to be a way that we can be together without actually being together.
We should throw Dad a Zoom Christmas party.
Plus with our last name being Gloomgardy, it'll be a Gloomgardy Zoom party.
What's who's a what?
This is my favorite lesbian niece.
This is your favorite straight niece.
I don't have one of those.
I have 3 Christmas conditions if you want me to go to this party.
Party? Will there be a keg?
Do you have a keg at home?
No. Ho times 3?
Stop beating around the wreath and tell me.
Time for my favorite Zoom game, Pants or No Pants, where everyone wins.
And the log line I came up with that was when a family can't be together on Christmas, they bring their dysfunctional family Christmas online. So that was my original log line, and it's on streaming and all these services. So Tubi actually changed it, and I actually like Tubi's log line better than my own log line. So this is Tubi's version. It's a young woman throws a Christmas Zoom party with her extended family, proving that fun holiday chaos doesn't have to happen in person. So I actually like that log line. It's actually kind of sweet. Yeah, it's funny, and I think they get it. So yeah, sometimes streaming services will change your log line and either make it better or they can make it worse too. I've seen it both ways with my movies. So yeah, that's another example. So let's go over query letters really quick. Subscribe for more screenwriting videos. To learn more about writing screenplays and also how to sell them and be successful at screenwriting, join us inside the Screenwriting Success Club. It's a community for totally new and pro screenwriters where we have group meetings just like this. You also get access to screenwriting courses and interviews from blockbuster screenwriters and TV showrunners, and a whole lot more. There's a link to the Screenwriting Success Club in the video description. If you just want my course on how to sell a screenplay without the community, you can also find that in the video description.